Okay. My name is Curt. His name is Ted. Her name is Gloria.
Mm-hmm. That's
Can you
right.
guess how we're all related? I probably look the oldest out of any of you.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I wanted to do this video because my cousins and everything, and that's my dog down there. We're wanting to see my dad. We're talking about my dad. He is out of how many siblings? 11?
10.
10.
Well, yeah, 10
10.
lived. One
10,
didn't
5
make it.
and 5.
Okay. 5 and 5? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 girls, 5 boys.
And there was one that we lost.
Huh.
Never,
Chief's
never,
in the middle.
I know.
never made it.
Okay. My dad's got Alzheimer's. And do you remember what Alzheimer's is?
It's that disease that where I can't remember what you just said, which was that I got Alzheimer's, which I don't think I have, but rumor has it that I do.
You don't think that you have it.
I probably have a touch of it, but I have a pretty good memory too.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I didn't have any breakfast. Don't eat breakfast.
You had an orange for breakfast.
Why, I had an orange, yeah, you can call that.
You didn't have an orange for breakfast. I fooled you.
No, okay. I
All right.
probably had the same.
Anyhow, somebody's memory, short-term memory, is kaput. So they've determined, the doctor took a test, right? The doctor
No,
did a
there
test.
is a test.
There
well,
is a
they
test.
did.
Anyway.
He had the nurse come in and do a bunch of questions and stuff. But there is a test that you can take that some kind of chemicals in your body, I think, changes. Now, yeah, but
But I was curious, and I asked my cousin Loretta and Misty, how many of his brothers and sisters had Alzheimer's? Because we know Aunt Burr had it. We know Eileen had it.
well,
And we
I don't know.
Alma had it.
Yeah,
How do you know all this?
and
I don't.
Marcella had it,
And Marcel had
and she's younger than Ted.
it. Okay.
She was younger than Ted. She's passed away now.
Well, I meant Marcel and not Eileen. I don't know about Eileen.
Eileen lived out in O'Fallon. They're the ones with the boats. They always had boats. And we'd go to the river with them.
Okay. But anyway, a lot of
Eileen.
his brothers and sisters, I started thinking about it, and a lot of his brothers and sisters had it. But I asked them how many of my generation, which would be their
Could be
kids,
affected.
would have it.
Mhm.
You know, and I mean, 'cause I was just curious. You know, we're all getting old. Or,
Oh, dear.
you know, I'm 35.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 58 right now.
Mhm.
And it's 2022 in May. In case this is like in the far future for my kids and my kids' kids and all that. So anyway, we only know, and this is from Loretta and Misty, we only know of one of my cousins who has it. And that is Alma's son, Wesley. And I'm reading this from Loretta's notes.
And they live in Columbia, don't they?
I
Or he does.
don't
Him
know.
and Linda. Linda's his wife.
He had to quit work in 2009.
Who we talking about now?
Wesley,
Okay.
not
I know.
Not Burnett.
I know.
okay. He got a little confused when we started talking about it. And he's had to quit work in 2009 because he couldn't remember where the parts numbers were and where they were located in the shop. And he was 56 at that time, and he'll be 68 in July. I'm reading from my notes from Loretta, and thank you, darling, for doing that. But anyway, that's the only one of my generation that we know of that has it. So I was just curious, could it have been a regional thing or environmental thing, something like that, well water, whatever, circumstances to where they were young or whatever. But just curious to think that, how many of you guys had it and how many don't have it in my generation. You know,
Okay.
and I mean, we could develop it as we get older.
Mhm.
You know,
I don't know. Is that something that typically runs like in a family, Kurt? As a,
I don't think they know.
They don't know.
I don't think they do either.
You know?
I think it just happens sporadically.
Yeah.
Some person has it, some of it doesn't. So I don't know.
But like for me, I you know, I worry about, you know, every time I forget a name or a face or, you know, am I getting it? You know, something like that. But it's just something that I have to keep in my mind, you know, for Lee and the kids to, you know, worry about that. But anyway, I mean, it's just, you stayed here for 3 weeks when Mom was in the hospital. And how are you feeling?
Fine.
Your last, what's the blood test? I can't remember what it is.
Hemoglobin.
Yeah, hemoglobin. Your last hemoglobin was like 12 points
Yeah.
normal.
Mhm.
So that's good. And you got to get another one when you go back, right?
Yeah. The 20 something. I go to the blood doctor.
Yes. And this is my dog Chip. Come here. So anyway, Mom was in the hospital for 3 weeks, in case nobody knows, and she was bleeding internally for about 2 weeks, and she had a colonoscopy and her stomach scan, and after that day, that was on a Friday, the next day she had 2 units of blood. That was number 13 of 14. And then after that, she just stopped bleeding. We don't know why.
They think it's in the small intestine.
Well, that's what they said originally, but yeah.
Mhm.
But they don't know. So she's got to go back on Tuesday. She's going to drop a pill, swallow a pill, and it'll take camera readings all the way down her intestines to see if there's any scarring or anything like that. To see where it may have been bleeding. Because she's got to get a valve replaced in her heart because she's got a bad valve.
Aorta valve.
Aorta valve?
Mm.
Okay.
It's a main valve.
So all this is going on, but anyway, Mom was in the hospital about a week, right? And then
No.
Dad fell. Oh, no, I'm
Oh.
talking about when Dad fell.
Oh, yeah. No.
It was
yeah.
about a week, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So my dad fell. He was staying with my sister, and he had to go to the emergency room, and that was a whole ordeal. But where was I going with that?
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Didn't do it.
Anyway, he
Well, he
went
gets
in the hospital.
confused when he.
Is out of his natural.
Yeah.
If he's out of, you know, like his regular routine,
Mhm.
he gets very confused. And when he put him in the hospital, because they didn't know why he passed out. So we put him in the hospital to get him checked out, which they never did find anything on why he passed out. But he hurt his knee in that whole process, and it's still hurting. But it was he was very disoriented at that point, and the first night when he was there, he got very disoriented. We weren't there, so we're getting this from the nurse, and he pulled his monitors off, and he just didn't want to be in that hospital. So anyway, they had to put him under a monitor to make sure he didn't get out of bed and didn't want to leave. So I went up there at that point, and then Mom was on the 2nd floor, Dad was on the 5th floor. So Linda got sick
Yeah.
when I got up there. She got the flu. So
Well,
was
I
down
had
some-
the flu first.
Right.
And
Well, then at that
The
point they put
hospital.
your room under.
yeah,
Quarantine.
quarantine.
Yeah.
God.
So she was on the 2nd floor, Dad was on the 5th floor, and he was very disoriented because every time I'd go up there, he'd go, "Are we leaving?" And he wanted me. They called me a couple of times because he was. Let's put it to you this way: I don't think you like hospitals anymore.
No.
He was
No.
he was just not sure where he was, why he was there, and he just wanted to get out of there. So, it got kind of weird, you know. So, after I was there for a weekend, or a long weekend, so we brought him home while Mom was still in the hospital and recuperating, getting all that done. So we had him here, and he was disoriented when he got here. But after a while, he kind of got into a routine. But you don't even remember him here, do you?
I remember.
First night
I
she
remember.
said, Lee had to get up. And
Well, yeah,
he
we
was
both
gonna
got up
leave.
because we don't know. He opened the front door at like 4 o'clock. Is that right, Lee? And then we didn't know what I don't know if he thought it was a closet or a bathroom or what. But anyway, that was the front door. And after then, we started locking the bolts until he got into a routine, and then he was okay after that. But it's strange.
Then I had to go back in the hospital.
Yeah, you
I
were
got
home
out.
for 2 days, and then found out you had a blood clot.
Yeah.
And you had to go back in the hospital.
So then we put off bringing Dad back.
Right.
Yeah.
Until we knew that everything was okay with you.
Yeah.
Which she still got a blood clot, we think. We don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take Lovanec shots 2 times a day.
Yeah.
And they're blood thinners. So anyway, but I mean, how do you feel?
I feel about as normal as I can. I don't
Healthy
feel-
wise, I think you are.
Healthy wise than in any other way that you want to choose to put it. I feel good. You know, I'm functioning.
If it wasn't for your memory, you would be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that's what I
Okay.
think.
Okay. When you get to be 80 years old, the memory kind of goes bye on you. So I think that's pretty typical.
Oh, no, not the short term stuff.
Well, he has to be watched a
Yeah.
lot. Because he, like at home, he takes the trash out and he goes to the wrong houses.
Yeah. But that's just something that, you know, we're gonna have to adjust. And we know that, which is fine. I mean, it's just life. But it's just strange how many of your siblings had it, and only one that we know of in my generation have it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just weird. I thought that was weird. That's why I started.
Well, there's
asking
also an
about
age factor in there because your generation and my generation are a few years apart.
it. Not really. Not like my generation to Addie's generation and Paula's
Okay.
generation.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I mean, you're only 20 years older than I am.
Yeah.
I'm 35 years older than Addie and Paula.
Okay.
Well, 40 than Paula, right? So, I mean, it's just, I just find it curious, the generational, you know, shift. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video for my cousins and my family and the girls. You guys aren't on our videos very much, you know, so they can see. The whole reason why we did this was so my kids and their kids and their kids and their kids would see who we are and how we are. In the future, you know, when we're not here. So, and then Mom and Dad aren't on them very much because you've moved to Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you want to say anything?
No, I do.
Call
You
your
could tell about your
nephews and nieces.
sweater episode.
Oh yeah, he keeps wearing his sweater and he goes, this is Curt's sweater? It's not my sweater. It's his sweater. Anyway.
He keeps thinking it's Curt's sweater.
Yeah, it's just a confusion thing, and it's just I keep thinking about the different things, you know, that are quirky about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Right now, it's simple.
Yeah, it's just the thing.
It's just gonna get worse.
The short-term memory and disorientation when he gets up from a nap or something like that.
But
He's
then
real confused and
when
disoriented.
after you left with him,
Let him bark and then
Close that front door.
Huh?
Close the front door. She can clip this out. Hold on.
after Curt left, after bringing Dad back up there,
Right.
we were sitting on the couch
This was a Saturday
and we were talking. Ted and I were talking.
after he got up from a nap.
Huh?
He was asleep in the chair.
Oh, yeah. And then he said to me, we were talking about all of us, and he said to me, he's looking at me, and he said, I don't even know who you are. And
He
I
asked
said,
if you were Bert.
huh?
He asked if you were
Yeah.
Bert.
And then he said, I said, well, who do you think I am? And he says, are you Burr? And I said, no.
Yeah.
I said, Burr was gone.
But that was the first time he hadn't recognized me.
Yeah.
But the whole time that he was here, he kept asking to talk to Mom. I mean, he would say, don't you think it's time to call your mom? Don't you think it's time to call your mom? And he would just talk to her, or you would just talk to her.
Mhm.
And I mean, 30 minutes later, you would say, well, don't you think it's time to talk to your mom?
When are you talking about? What time frame are you referring to?
You were here for 3 weeks.
Okay. And during that time, this is what you're
Right.
talking about.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
But you did get into a routine here because you would go to work with me
Yeah.
and then come home and then, you know, sometimes you take a nap or you were tired because normally you take a nap
Mhm.
in the afternoon. But working with me, you were up all day, and by the time you got to bed, you were tired. I mean, like really tired. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
You know what the mind does and what this disease, you know, how different it is between people. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, health wise, all of us are good. You know, you're feeling good, right?
Mhm.
Your leg hurts.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't hurt. What does it do?
No, it doesn't hurt. It's, you know, it's just stiff. Both of my legs are stiff, like I've had, like after you've had a Charlie horse in the muscle. Yeah.
And when you get up from sitting, it's hard to
Yeah.
walk. And like we rode over to Anderson, and it was hard to
Because
walk for
there's,
a while.
it's, yeah.
So
And
you
like
get
sitting
stove up.
in the one position of the car driving down here, we did stop several times because we only stopped one time, but we stopped several times.
Okay. Well, that's
And
good.
I got out and walked around, but you know, I hope this is gone. You know, but I don't know. They'll know. I'll know in June.
It's probably not gone, but it's hopefully going away.
Yeah.
You know?
So
But anyway, she takes the pill when she gets back on Tuesday. Today's Saturday. Today is Paula's birthday. Paula is 18 years old today.
And she will let you know that.
Yes, very, very much so. And today she has the big band show, which we're going to see here shortly. It's 3:30 now.
and Dad's gonna have to wear a heart monitor for 2 weeks.
No, more than that. You said a month.
No, he has to come back in 2 months to the doctor. 3 months, I forget what.
He has to wear it for 2 weeks.
When
Yeah.
when do I get that monitor?
2 weeks. Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, busy Tuesday.
Yeah, I have the pill at 8:30 in the morning. 10 o'clock I go to the cardiologist for me. And then at 1:30 I take him to get the heart monitor on Tuesday. And
Yeah,
then
now what do
Friday I go to the radiology about getting this whatever out.
And what do you do in your spare time?
Yeah. There's nothing underneath there.
Yep, my dog's going nuts.
What,
Okay.
did it go under there?
I don't
Is
know.
that it?
So anyway, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Everybody's good. It's the 14th, right,
Mhm.
of May, 2022,
Paula's birthday.
and all is well.
Yep.
All right. Can you stop it,
You turn it off?
Peachy King? I don't have my. On my
Oh,
phone.
I thought you had a.
I do it on my watch on my phone.